So you wake up and move through your day. You respond, reply, you scroll, you nod like a zombie. But deep down, it's like you're not even there. Life feels flat, empty, fake, like you're just watching it happen like a spectator and you're not living it. In this video, I'm going to break down why life doesn't feel real anymore and what's actually going on beneath the surface that makes you feel so numb and disconnected. Before we dive deeper onto that, if we were to go just a little bit further back from 2020, because certainly in the last 5 years, men and women have felt more disconnected, emptier, and feeling like life is just so flat than ever before. And when I say life, I mean everything. Movies are flat, which used to be exciting. Sport, the same. Your interactions, your social lives, it's all just a little bit boring now and dull. But let's go before the pandemic in 2020 and to a time where I felt like this, and many men have done as well. Around 2017 and 2018, I had lost a successful business of mine and I was in a toxic relationship and life felt flat. It felt fake. And on reflection, I was a spectator of my own life. I was like someone in an empty, dusty, cobweb-filled movie theater watching my life just pass me by. Nothing really made me feel alive. Nothing made me feel good. And it was circumstantial because I was forcing something unnatural, unhealthy, and surrounding myself by a very dangerous person in a toxic relationship. And a setback had happened. Setbacks, no matter what they are, losing business, God forbid, health issues, whatever, is a life curveball. When those curveballs come unexpectedly and they hit you hard when you least expect it, it throws you off course because you're so heartbroken, you're so hurt that you just go through the motions. I mean, that's the advice, right? Take one day at a time. Just plow through and eventually better days will come. But days, become weeks and then months, then years, and even decades. The problem is life doesn't feel real anymore because we've disconnected from life. If we are to detach ourselves from even religious teachings and what our parents, friends, or even certain people on the internet insist life is all about, and focus on our own lives, then that's a great start. Because like dating and relationships, as much as advice can go a long way, no one will ever understand your dating experiences, your love, your pain, your ecstasy, your environment without stepping into your skin and living your life. And it's the same with life. Life through your eyeballs, your brain, your touch, your smell, your sense is your experience. It's not about connecting to the bigger picture of what people say. It's reconnecting to your life experience. Believe it or not, and even if you can't remember, there were times when you felt life, where life was flowing through your veins, where you felt more invigorated, motivated, and excited. And we need to tap back into that. So, the first problem here is you've disconnected from your environment. Everything nowadays happens through a screen. So take dating, for example. A large majority of men are meeting women, if they do, through dating apps, through social media, even through like LinkedIn. It's all online chats, etc. Working is remote now. And for me, even loving doing what I do, creating content, coaching. It's all through a screen, a computer, a laptop, mobile, and jobs have gone more remote than ever before. And relaxing. What's the number one thing we love to do? Watch a movie, binge Netflix, play a video game through a screen, and even talking to friends. Whilst we might not be able to meet up with them, just pop on a FaceTime, a video call, and there they are. So you've mentally checked out. You're physically overstimulated and emotionally undernourished. That's where the living on autopilot, that's where the zombie-esque experience takes over. Life doesn't feel real because you're so reliant on technology. And the fix could not be easier. And it's to get back into your body. Remember, your body is your life experience, your life acknowledgement, your life and your life only. Move without music. Go for a walk without having to listen to music. Breathe without distraction. Relax in an environment where there is no technology there. Be where your feet are. That's where life starts to feel real again. My granddad lived till 89 years of age. No health issues, his brain faculties, no dementia or anything like that was all there. And he would have lived longer had it not been from basically going into hospital and being mistreated, basically. But that's another story. But you know what he used to do? He used to go for walks in parks. And he used to rest his hand on trees. And he said that those trees used to give him life. He would absorb the energy of the life of the tree and it would go into his veins. This is a man that walked everywhere, was all there, functioning, and lived a long, happy life. We're not going to get that laying on the sofa, playing games or watching Netflix, are we? Another important reason why life doesn't feel real anymore is you're surrounded by people, but you're starving for understanding and connection. So I've been there. You get texts, DMs, likes and replies. Your phone blows up. You could even have a social media following, but nobody actually knows you. You're drowning in constant contact, but starving for depth. It's a very lonely, sad place to be there. And to give an example, I used to remember the people I used to socialize with. I used to socialize with guys mainly, and either we'd go for a drink or grab a meal or go out for the night, and I was going through the motions. I thought I was having good times. I thought I was connecting with them, but I wanted more. It was surface level. It was superficial. It was artificial. It was fake. It was boring and flat. And literally just yesterday, the night before I recorded this, I went out for a meal with a friend who I've reconnected with recently. We met when we were younger, lost contact, and fate brought us back together. And I've never felt more understood, and neither has he. We have those in-depth conversations. We go deep, and we vibe. And whenever we say we're just going to meet up for a little bit, it always goes over time, and we go above and beyond to make an effort. It's incredible. But that's connection. I've tasted the alternative, and I was a spectator in my own life. So cut the crowd. Cut the noise, the notifications, the BS. It's all BS. And go deep with one person who sees you. Or spend time alone until you see yourself clearly. Depth over noise every time should win. Not to brag, but I like to think I can understand people, and I make an effort to do so, especially people who work with me, coaching. We've been, myself included, sometimes on calls brought to tears because they'll say, I've never been more understood by you, and vice versa. But then if you're subscribed to this channel and enjoy my content, why wouldn't you be? And that's the thing. It's about being understood and heard. You can have 1 million friends, a following so large, by people who don't get you or support you. But that one person who says the right words, the right things that hits you here in your heart is priceless. And last but not least, this is a real interesting point, that you haven't really felt awe or wonder in a very long time. Everything's predictable. The scrolling, the streaming, the surviving, the commute. You haven't had a moment that shocked your system in months, maybe years. And that's what life's all about. When you are in the rat race, when you are in the routine, that slowly kills you. That's where life doesn't feel real anymore. You were sold a lie that life is supposed to be all about getting married, settling down, getting a job and a career and building something. And yes, that is true, but where's the awe in that? Where's the wonder? People say, oh, it's when I get married, when I have my partner give birth, or, that's fine. But what about the days and the weeks and months and years leading up to those one moment? Are you living for just one moment? That's terrifying. The last time, off the top of my head, I felt real wonder like that is hiring a boat and driving a boat into the sea with my fiance. I loved it. I saw a flying fish, glorious sunshine. Made out I was a captain. It was fun. I've never done that before, and I'd love to do it again. But that's just my personal choice. Or also going to impromptu into a taxi and going to see the Eiffel Tower lighting up and sparkling at night in winter. These things are just random, but they're wonderful and awful to me. When I say awful, like they're full of awe to me. So chase something real. Hike alone. Book a solo trip. Learn something hard. Do something that has always been there, like, go see the Mona Lisa. Go witness the Northern Lights. And find something that makes you feel small in the best possible way, or blows you away. This may not be a big deal to you, but I was blown away by the Mona Lisa when I saw it recently. I'd never seen it before. And its simplicity and its beauty and its relevance, it just captivated me. But I forced myself to do these things because that's what makes life feel real. And they're cherished memories, but it's not about making the memories and giving up and going back to it. It's chasing that again. Once you start doing these things and touching grass and feeling real, you realize that life is real for you again. And that's so important. It's not because you're broken. It's because you've disconnected with what's true and beautiful to you. So if you're done with numbness and you're ready to feel the fire in your chest and excitement again, then let me help you. Book a free discovery call with me. The link's in the description below. And let's work together in helping you take back control of that beautiful thing called life and making it feel real and powerful and impactful once and for all.